guys, welcome to Pysql. Today's section is part 3 of Python revision tour. Let's start today's section with the introduction to Python. Today we are going to deal with overall Python basics tour. That is our 12th syllabus, first chapter, Python revision tour, part 3. In this section, we are going to see the briefing of the following contents: typing, multiple assignments, simple input and output, data types, expressions, evaluations, and math module. So let's start with typing. There are two types of typings, that are dynamic typing and static typing. A variable point to a value of certain type can be made to point to another value or object of another type. This is referred to as dynamic typing. Now let's see what is the difference between dynamic typing and static typing. The difference is that in static typing, if a variable is assigned has a particular data type, then it cannot be changed. Whereas in dynamic typing, it can be easily changed. Let's see a figure to understand what is dynamic typing. In this figure, we know that a variable x is defined or declared as an integer data type. After that, in the later process, it was been cancelled and is declared or defined as a string data type. This is all about typing, dynamic typing, and static typing. Now, let's move to the next important topic, that is multiple assignments. As we all know, Python is very versatile with assignments. There are two types of sections or classification in this multiple assignments. The first one is that assigning same value to multiple variables. And the second one is assigning multiple values to multiple variables. Let's see a figure to understand this in detail. In the first figure, you can see A is equal to B is equal to C is equal to 10. Here, a single or the same value is being given to A, B, and C. That refers that a single or same value is given to different variables. And for the second one, let's see an example. X, Y, Z is equal to 10, 20, 30. Here 10 value is stored to X, 20 is stored in Y, and 30 is stored in Z. This was all about multiple assignments. We will be so interested to know how this input and output occurs. Am I right? So the next section or the next topic in today's section is simple input and output. In input, usually the input function changes the input data into string data type by default. That can be easily changed using some built-in function. For example, we can see A is equal to int input enter a number. If we give an integer number, then this is the format to give. If in case we give a decimal point number, that is for example 12.5, then this will show error. Here we want to give A is equal to float input enter a number. This will vary according to our requirements. The next section is output. Output is received by a print function. For example, let's see that A is equal to int input enter a number, and after that print A. I give 10 has the number, then I will get 10 has the output in the output stream. So this was all about input and output. Next, we are just closing to the biggest session of this chapter, that is the data types. And we want to study more in detail, but in today's section, I am just briefing it. Python supports various data types. Data type specifies which type of a value a variable can store. Type function is used to determine a variable's type in Python. Data types in Python are number, string, list, tuple, dictionary. So let's see every single data type in detail. The first one is number. Number is classified into three, that are integers, floating point, and complex number. In the previous sections, we have talked about these terms. Am I right? I think that will be in your mind. So today I'm just pointing out all the key points. The second one is string. As we discussed in the previous session, all strings in Python are sequences of pure Unicode characters, where Unicode is a system designed to represent every character from every language. A string can hold any type of known characters, that is, letters, numbers, and special character, etc. It can be of any known scripted languages. The third one is list. A list in Python represents a group of comma-separated values of any data type between square brackets. And the fourth one is tuple. It is similar to that of list, but with a difference. In tuples, here the tuples are represented as group of comma-separated values of any data type within parentheses. The difference between list and tuple is that in list, it is enclosed in square bracket, whereas in tuple, it is enclosed in parentheses. And the last and the fifth data type in Python is dictionaries. The dictionary is an unordered set of comma-separated key is to value pairs within curly bracket, with the requirement that within a dictionary, no two keys can be the same. That is, there are unique keys within a dictionary. For instance, there are many examples for dictionaries. There are two types where data types can be classified. They are immutable type and mutable type. In immutable type, the data type cannot be changed. For example, numbers, string, tuple, etc. And in the second one, that is mutable type, the data type can be changed. For example, list, dictionary, etc. Next, let's see the summarization of core data type. Core data types are classified into four: numbers, none, sequences, and mappings. Numbers are classified into three, that are integer, floating point, complex. Integer is further classified into Boolean. None. None represents or referred to emptiness, that is the null value. The third one is sequences. It is classified into three: string, tuple, and list. And the last and the fourth one is mappings. It is classified or divided into one, that is dictionary. This was all about data types in Python. Next, we are going to deal with expressions. Expressions are classified as arithmetic expression, relational expressions, logical expression, string expressions. Arithmetic expressions involve numbers, whereas relational expression involve relational operators. In logical expressions, it's all about logical operators. And in string expressions, it's all about strings. The next section we are going to deal with is evaluation of these expressions or operations. In evaluation of expressions, we are going to study evaluating arithmetic operations, relational expressions, and logical expressions. In case of evaluating arithmetic operation, we want to just look at operator and operands. Python will follow certain rules for this three. In this case of arithmetic operations, we can see each of the operand arguments are evaluated. It performs implicit conversions, compute its results based on the operator, replace the sub-expressions with the compound result and carry on the expression evaluation, repeat till the final result is obtained. In the case of second one, that is evaluating relational expressions, all comparison operations in Python have the same priority, which is lower than that of any arithmetic operations. All relational expressions, that is comparisons, are yielded in Boolean values, that is true or false. And the last one is logical expressions. The logical expressions deal with evaluating logical expressions itself. For example, A or B, A and C, A not equal to C, etc. are the example of logical expressions. In this, the important thing is by evaluating, Python minimizes the internal bug. The next topic is two types of conversions. The first one is implicit type conversion. In implicit type conversion, we can see that it's a conversion performed by the compiler without programmer's intervention. And the second one is explicit type conversion or typecasting. An explicit type conversion is user-defined conversion that forces an expression to be of specific type. The explicit type conversion is also known as typecasting. So this was about the conversions, the type of data, how to handle it, how to evaluate it, etc. Now we are going to study something interesting. That is, we are going to study the math module. That is, math library functions. Python standard library provides a module, namely math, for math-related functions that work with all number types except for complex number. Let's see some mathematical functions in math module. In the first one, C, we can see math.ceilNum. That is a column where we will be able to see the prototype. That is the general form how we will use it. C is used to return the smallest integer not less than num. Similarly, we can see many more, that is square root, exp, fabs, floor, log. You know, I think if you are a math student, you may know what is log. Pow. Pow is all about power, sine, cos, etc. And the next section is tan, degrees, radians, f mod, factorial, GCD, etc. Math module is not so important to us, but it is very important to know what is math module and where this math module is being used. And the major thing which we want to take care using math module is, before starting some functions from this math module, first you want to import this math. That is using the format or the form import math. In case if you don't import math, then the function will occur or return error. This was all for the section. In case of any suggestions or doubts, please comment it in the comment box. Thank you guys. We will see in the next section with the continuation of this. That is the part 4 of Introduction to Python. Till then, bye and have a nice day.